Hello world. August came in like a lamb and went out that's not August. That means it must be time for the August favorites and fails. Hey everybody, Shelly. Whoa. Hey everybody. Hey everybody, Shelly here, and I've got for you today my August favorites and fails, mostly favorites. So let's just get into it. This is a bunch of products that I have been thoroughly enjoying this month, and they're not necessarily new. They're just things that I have either discovered or rediscovered, and I'm going to kick it off with a pressed powder. This is from Laura Geller, and I had gotten this in a QVC, I think it was QVC, package deal that they had. This is the Baked Balance and Brighten foundation in porcelain, and it's this swirly sort of thing that is supposed to balance out skin tone discoloration, things like that. I've been using this not really as a foundation, but as a setting powder for my liquid foundation, and I really like it. I did not think that I would, but what I like is it goes on really lightly, and it does help balance uneven tone, but it never gets cakey or heavy like a typical powder foundation would on me. So I've been leaning toward this because I feel like it just does a little bit better at giving a little bit of oomph to my skin, whereas something like a translucent setting powder doesn't really affect anything. It just sets the foundation, but I feel like this has given me a little something something, and I like it. Next, I have a couple of eyeshadow products. The first is an eyeshadow single from NYX. Can I get this color without the reflection? This is the color Punk Heart, and these shadows, you're gonna see a theme coming. They're super nice, shiny, pretty, pigmented. Sorry to growl at you. The reason I like this color is it is very, very easy to do a super, super fast, like pseudo smoky eye. Just put a transition color and a slightly darker crease color. Throw this all over the lid. I always do black liner, mascara, and you're out the door. It blends super easy. It's really, really, really easy to put together a quick look that looks a lot less quick than it actually was. Next, in the eyeshadow category, I don't hear a lot about this. This is the Buxom. Now, I was calling this Dolly's Wild Ride, which we know where my brain goes. It's actually called Dolly's Wild Side. Side, not ride. And this is one of the prefab Buxom palettes. Now, you can get these palettes where you can choose all of the different eyeshadows that go in it. I've got one of those too, which I haven't been playing with because I got obsessed with this. So the shadows are a nice mix of shimmers and what? Shimmers and matte shades, and I just find that they're really easy to work with. I was not expecting to like them as much as I do because the shimmers got pretty good reviews all over the web, but the mattes got pretty bad reviews, and I don't find them to be bad, really. I find that they blend fine. They're not as super pigmented as maybe I would like, but you just add a few layers, and I'd rather have to build up than to run into the problem of it going on too dark and having to find a way to back off of it. So I don't really have a problem, at least not with the mattes in this palette. Let me swatch you a few. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Can I count to 6? I don't have 6 fingers, I've got 5. So I will swatch 5 of them. So you've got the sort of purple color, which I really like. That one's called Wild Nights. And then you've got Spoiled Sexy here, which is a darker, I like it as a crease color. You've got this Mink Magnet, which is a shimmery sort of gold champagne tone. Then you've got Champagne Buzz, which is a lighter shimmery champagne. And I missed one. That was Lingerie Lover, and this is Champagne Buzz. Lingerie Lover is also a pinky sort of satiny matte shade. It doesn't have shimmer. I like that as a transition color. I'm just going to swatch the pink right next to that NYX shade. So this is the Wild Nights pink shade in the Dolly's Buxom palette. That's the NYX color. I'm really, really enjoying colors in this family. I didn't think this was going to become any sort of like holy grail palette, but I have reached for this palette every single day this week, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So I guess I have to call it a favorite. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. I have a couple of face products in my favorites. The first is going to set your piggy bank back a little bit. This one is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. And first of all, it smells amazing. It's a cream, and it's not as heavy of a cream as it seems like it's going to be. Now I'm just going to sit here and smell it. Oh goodness, it smells so good. It's a moisturizing base that I've seen a lot of YouTubers using as a primer. I still use a primer on top of it, but what I'm finding in the summertime is that my typical morning moisturizing routine feels too heavy under my makeup. But when I thought maybe the humidity was going to allow me to skip all that moisturization in the morning, I stopped moisturizing and my skin is still super dry. So I can't skip the moisturizing, but I need something that doesn't feel so heavy. I tried some of my lighter just face moisturizers like the CeraVe, and it wasn't enough moisturization. So this has turned out to be a really great hybrid for me where it does not feel heavy. I don't feel like I'm wearing a ton of layers on my face under my makeup when I'm going to be sweating outside, but it is solving the moisturization issue without being heavy. So I'm really enjoying it for that, and like I said, it smells freaking amazing. Also for the face, I have added something to my nighttime routine. This is from Sabbatical Beauty, which is an indie Korean beauty inspired brand, and it's a combo of products that they call Jolie Got Grits. So this is the Rose Cleansing Balm, and then this is the Bethany Charcoal Mask. And this combo is supposed to be used to clean out the gunk from your pores. I don't have oily skin. I have very dry skin, and I don't often have clogged pores, but I do have large pores. So I thought maybe my pores were clogged and I just didn't really know it. So I tried out this Got Grits series, and what you do is you take the Rose Cleansing Balm, which it really is a balm. It's sort of like, Vaseline-y in its texture, a little bit lighter, and it melts into your skin. So you use this cleansing balm, you put it on dry skin, cleanse, massage your face for 2 minutes or so, I like to do. Then you rinse that off, and then you use the Bethany Charcoal Mask, which is a charcoal mask, like so. And you apply that on your face and leave that on for, I usually go for 15 minutes. You can go 20 or more, but I usually go 15 because I do have pretty dry skin anyway. And then you rinse that off, and then you go back in with another massage of the Rose Cleansing Balm and massage it for a couple minutes again, and then let this sit on your face. And I usually go another 10-15 minutes before you rinse it off. In that process, a lot of people report that they feel grits, the oil clogs coming out of their skin. I do not get grits when I use this. However, one thing that I suffer from is I will get a bump under my skin, and it's sort of a white bump. It's not a whitehead that you can pop. It's not a zit. It's so far into the skin that you can't like pop it, and you can't like break the skin and get it out in any way. And it's really annoying. And for a long time, I've had one in my sort of eye crevice here from over moisturization, because it really is clogged pores, but it's deeper than that. So I've had an eye bump in that little crevice now for probably 6 months. And the first time I did the Got Grits little system, I really made sure to massage the cleansing balm into that inner sort of socket of my eye. And wouldn't you know, my bump went away. Now, because it was a bump for so long, I can still see the little outline where the bump was, but when I feel it, there's no bump. The oil, you need the oil to dissolve the oil, is what it turns out to be. Now, I have had another one of those little bumps right on my temple, and I've been working on it with my Got Grit system, and it finally has receded a bit. I'm finding that this really, really helps. The last little bump I had was in my under eye area, and it's from over moisturization, because I use a ton of moisturizer, but those sensitive, thin-skinned areas of my face clearly don't respond well to having a ton of heavy moisturizer. But now I know I can use this Julie Got Grits plan, and it's going to help me get rid of those really quickly, painlessly, awesomely. My last favorite, I did a review of this recently. It is the Femme Jolie hair straightening brush. I just want to say, I will link that video below if you haven't seen it. I thought this was going to be a total gimmicky product. It's just a heated brush that you can straighten your hair with. This thing has saved me so much time and frustration. I can't even tell you. It is so worth it. I love it. Absolutely love it. I've got two fails. One you might know already is a fail because I did a video review of this, and at the end of that video I couldn't even wear the product out of the house. I had to wear something different for the wrap up because I had to go to work and there was no way I was wearing it out of the house. And that is the Josie Maran Vibrancy foundation in one of the most gorgeous bottles I've ever seen. But I had forgotten to return it before my 90 days was up, and so I was stuck with it, and I figured I would give it one more shot. So I spent an entire week every day trying to find a way to wear this foundation. On its own, again, it was a total fail. I tried applying it with a beauty blender, I tried applying it with a brush, I tried applying it with my knockoff brush that's similar to the... can't think of the name of those brushes. I tried it every which way. I tried mixing oil with it. I tried mixing foundation mixer with it. I tried mixing other foundations that I know work well on my skin with it. Nothing worked. This foundation on my skin is horrible. The cats apparently agree. And my last fail is a Physicians Formula bronzer, which, how is that even possible, right? This is the Super BB InstaReady bronzer, Super BB InstaReady Filter BB Bronzer SPF 30. And it looks great. I mean, it's not super dark. I mean, I'm a very pale person, so I need a very pale bronzer, and it's not super dark. I really thought it would be okay. I put it on. I thought everything was fine. I left the house. I caught a glance of myself in the mirror in a bathroom, and I was like, oh my god, I look like an Oompa Loompa. And it was too late. The whole world had already seen me. I was out in public. I was not going anywhere fast. I tried to tone it down with powder. I mean, I had used just the smallest bit on my neck because I go along my hairline, my temples. I'll do a little bit of cheek action, and then I'll take a little bit, almost like contour, but not quite, under my chin line, double chin line, my jawline, and down my neck. And I was Oompa Loompified. It was horrifying, and it was one of those days where I just could not believe I was out in public looking like that. How did I even leave the house? The lighting in here must have been terrible. But I have to call that a fail because yowza, it was really bad. There you have it, my favorites and fails for the month of August. I hope you found something cool that you might want to try out for yourself, and I hope that you're having better luck with my fails than I'm having. Have yourselves an awesome rest of your day and rest of your week. I thank you for your time and for stopping by. Please give me a thumbs up below if you'd like to see more favorites and fails. Subscribe if you haven't already. Yes. Thanks a lot. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.